Electricity is critical to our civilization. Have you ever wondered how electricity works? In order to understand this, we need to first understand the smallest building blocks of the universe, the atoms. Everything in this universe is made up of atoms. We cannot see atoms with our naked eyes. We could probably get a glimpse with a scanning tunnel microscope. Atoms are made up of three basic components: protons, electrons, and neutrons. Protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged, and neutrons do not have any charge. Both protons and electrons have equal and opposite charge. So this is how an atom looks like. The central part of the atom is called the nucleus. It is made up of protons and neutrons. Electrons revolve around the nucleus in orbits or shells. This model of representation is called the Bohr model. This model is also called the planetary model, as it is similar to the way planets orbit our sun. The number of protons in an atom determine what type of an element it is. Atoms of an element all have the same number of protons, but they can have different number of neutrons and electrons. Such atoms are called isotopes. In stable conditions, the negative charge of the electrons and the positive charge of the protons balance each other out. This gives the atom a net electric charge of 0. At this state, the atom is at its lowest energy level. This is also called the ground state of the atom. We can change the atom's charge or energy level by adding or removing electrons from the atom. When atom has more electrons than protons, it has a negative charge and it's called as a negative ion. And when atom has lesser electrons than the protons, it has a positive charge, so it is also called as a positive ion. Each shell of an atom can hold different number of electrons. The innermost shell can hold a maximum of 2 electrons, the second shell can hold 8, the third 18, the fourth 32, and so on. All these shells are populated from inside out, which means any new electrons added always move to the innermost possible shell. The outermost shell in an atom is called as the valence shell, and the electrons here are called the valence electrons. The number of electrons in this shell determine the reactivity of the atom. When this shell is full, the atom is at its most stable state, or the least reactive. Now let's learn about insulators and conductors. If an atom is able to pass on its electrons easily, the materials made of these atoms are called conductors. Most metals are generally good conductors of electricity. And if an atom does not pass on its electrons easily, the materials made up of these atoms are called insulators. Materials like rubber, glass, plastic, etc. Billions of electrons in this copper wire, which is a conductor, are able to move easily in random directions. Now, if we apply a voltage to this copper cable using a power source like a battery, all the electrons will start flowing in the same direction, from the negative terminal of the battery to its positive terminal. This flow of electrons along the copper cable will form an electric circuit. If we add an electrical appliance to this, like a light bulb, which provides a resistance in the electrical circuit, it powers up, and this is how electricity works. The flow of electricity is opposite to the flow of electrons. Please bear it in mind that if you connect both the negative and the positive terminals of the battery directly without any resistance in between, then the energy transfer will be instantaneous, and this will cause the electrical wire to heat up dangerously. This is also called as a short circuit. Thank you for watching. For more such videos, please subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever a new video is out.